What did you actually take away from that experience?
You know what I've taken away from this experience is a lot of people, you know, everybody has something negative to say about something or the other. So the first thing I remember, Tabish and I was sitting in Karachi and I was like, what do I pack? My flight's in 6 hours. And the first thing that I wanted to pack, to be honest, was the Pakistani flag. Yeah. And everybody thinks that I'm, you know, trying to make it about Pakistan and putting in that patriotism there, but it's really not like that. So as soon as I landed in Milan, we had a 20-hour long flight, so I passed out the day I went there. The second day, Stella called us in for fittings. And when I went there, you know, she spoke to me. She was very impressed. She saw me and she couldn't really tell that I was a Pakistani model because she didn't think that Pakistani models could be 5'11" and a half.
I know.
Yeah. So, you know, she made me try out her clothes and we had 8 to 9 hours of fittings. And, you know, the kind of professionalism these people have, they respect the other person's time. They will never put you in a place where you feel like you're not, you know, being taken care of or your space is not being used, like, you know, in a wise way. So I was doing my fittings and she comes up to me and she takes me in a corner and she's like, Mushk, this is about Pakistan and, you know, I'm glad that you're here, but why don't you open my show for me? And I took a minute and I wanted to cry, and I think she understood how important it was to me, because I really did not think a year and a half into modeling that I would be doing all these things for myself. And she literally grabbed my arms and she's like, this isn't just about my clothes. I've lived in a village in this remote area of Pakistan because I wanted to shed light on how important Pakistani women can be to a platform as big as Milan Fashion Week. And she was crying and I was crying and I was like, I am going to do it. And we practiced and we practiced and we practiced. So day 2, it was just about the walk. She made me walk in my heels all day and she didn't care if my feet were sore, if I wouldn't do it on the ramp well. She just wanted to see me walk. She made me try out at least 20 different outfits, but she then took me to a side, asked the makeup team to practice their hair and makeup on me, took photos, and then the 3rd day we went for rehearsals. 4th day the show happened. And you know, I feel like a lot of designers here don't realize how important it is to have that little pep talk where you tell your models what the value of your collection is for you.
Yeah.
So, you know, she grabbed all of us together and she told everybody, she's like, this isn't just clothes. It's, for me, it's a cause. Like, because in Italy, everybody, and I'm sure not just Italy, all around the world, most parts of the world, people still think Pakistanis are just terrorists. And you know, so I remember I went out for a lunch with Stella's team and they looked at me and they're like, oh, is it okay that you're out without a headscarf? And I could not believe that they were asking me this question, and I explained to them that it is okay, and you know, there are a lot of people who make that choice. So she sat me down and she told me that I am trying to change the image of Pakistan and I want you to, you know, play a part in it. And she asked me to open the show, and she you know, she just encouraged me to do it, and I did it, and I think I did it well.
You did it really well. I mean, I think everyone was rooting for you guys.
Yes.
For you and for Alicia, we were all like rooting for you girls. Then, you know, like we were waiting, like I was waiting for the pictures, and like when I saw the show, I was live streaming it, and like you were the first one out. I was like, woohoo! And
you know what I really liked? I've always, you know, coming into the industry, I didn't know much about it, but I always felt that there was this divide between the drama and the film industry and the fashion industry. And what I really appreciated, that people from all areas of Pakistan were coming in and they were letting me know that, you know what, Mushk, we have your back, we support you, we look forward to this, we're reading newspaper clippings about you. And I was in shock because there were actors, there were designers, there were photographers, everybody sent in their love and support. So
that's amazing. One thing you brought back with you, like one thing that you feel like is lacking in our industry, and like, because I mean, like, just hearing that, okay, you had 5 days to just do fittings, walk, like just literally walk, and here हमारी rehearsals तो show से घंटा पहले तक चल रही होती
I know, and you know, I feel like, no, you know, ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, you know, that it's about the kind of schedule we have. We are not progressing छोटी चीजें लेके, like, you know, even our poses. I remember when all the rehearsals were happening, Stella was looking at every single rehearsal, and you know, we still have that old age habit of posing at the head ramp with the hands on the hip, and Stella looked at me and she's like, please don't do that, please don't ever do that, that's so old fashioned. And I was like, you know, this is the pose that sells all our clothes, 2 hands on the hip, that is that pose that sells everything in Pakistan. So, you know, and also we don't have any institutes here that, you know, give the training to the models where they can know what's right for them, what's not right for them, what kind of clothes they should be wearing, how they should walk. We just don't have anything. I think everybody in the fashion industry is self-taught.
Yeah.
And then they don't have anybody to go up to, okay, kaun batayega ki what's right and what's wrong. But what I took from there is we are light years behind in terms of professionalism, in terms of work ethic, in terms of just showing respect, basically. You know, I feel like people here don't take modeling as seriously as people abroad do. I mean, here, do you think anybody's going to ask questions if you put on like an inch more weight? There, it's a matter of being in a show or being not being in a show. You put on weight and you're out. They don't care if you're whoever.
Achha, okay, so tell me a little bit about your family. I believe that, that your family wasn't very supportive when you wanted to.
No, not at all. So my, you know, my dad's not really been in the picture. My dad got kidnapped 7 years ago, and he's still missing. So that happened in February of 2013. But you know, even though my dad hasn't been in the picture, my family is all about empowerment. I just think when you live in a small home, the idea of modeling doesn't necessarily translate into empowerment.
Yeah.
So my mother, for the first few months, she didn't really understand what I was doing. She's like, "Ye kahan hai lawn ke shoots tum kar rahi ho? Where are they being plastered?" Because I think us waqt billboards got banned in Karachi, and she's like, "Where are all these shoots?" And then I made an Instagram account for her, and I was like, "This is where all my work goes." And then she's like, "Acha, how did they pay you?" And you know, there's always that old age image of models having to do, you know, shady stuff to get in the industry, and she just couldn't understand why somebody with a good 16 years of education would want to be in front of the camera and get paid for it. Wo to, you know, with time she understood. Then I did the Sunsilk bottle campaign, and she went to a store and she's like, "Is that you on the Sunsilk bottle?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And she got the bottles, and she's like, and I distributed it to my family. My brothers are sending it to their friends, and then she saw that it was also a positive buzz about. There was a positive buzz about it. And then she's supportive now.
Now she's supportive.
She is. She was very happy when I got the Lux Award. She was ecstatic when I got to Milan. She has been supportive. It just takes a little time to come to terms with it.
I heard that you burnt your own eyelashes.
Oh my God. Yes, I did.
How?
So a disclaimer, please don't smoke. Smoking is not good for your health. But I was lying down, and I was too tired, and I was having my last cigarette before I went to bed. And I lit a lighter, and the flame was so high, it burnt my entire freaking eyelash off. The entire thing, not one hair on my eyelid. Yeah, that is what happened. So for 6 months, I just had eyelashes on one eye. And every single makeup artist hated me because they put like one false lash on my eye, and then they try to match both the eyes, and it looked like my eye would look disbalanced, and everybody's like, "Where's your eyelash?" And then I was just like, "Yeah, let's not
go there." How long? Which one was it? This side?
It was my right. Oh my God, is it still short? I feel like it is. I
could see a difference.
I feel like it still hasn't completely grown out because the entire lash bed was just in ashes. It was gone. And
did you not cry?
I mean, no.
I mean, I would like cry for days if I lost my lashes.
You know, I think I had a good laugh about it. I'm still having a laugh about it.
You are still having a laugh about it.
But you know, I'm just glad it didn't burn my eyebrow off. That would have been worse.
No, but with eyebrow you could have gotten microblading done, and then that would have been like.
Yeah, but no, I mean, no. And you know, I think I've always had like very little eyelashes, and it got burnt off, and I'm just like, oh God, what do I do? But you know, things happen. You recover.
Acha, tell me about some weird things that have happened to you on shoots, because I hear that you have a lot of stories of weird incidences.
So I think the weirdest thing that has ever happened with me was 2 months into modeling, I was doing this Chela Chatur shoot, and you know, I was new, and I was shooting with Sadaf and Zara and Fem, and in my own little head I was like, wow, you know, bagging a shoot with like these nice models. And so there was this shot that Hashim wanted. Shout out to Hashim. He's crazy when it comes to shots. So Hashim Ali.
He's like mad. Cool.
He's mad. And you know, mind you, this is the first time I'm meeting him. And this is the first time I'm shooting with Shella, the first time I'm shooting with Stop Style. And there's this pond in this farmwouse. And I don't know kab dhula tha last. It is filled with fungus, Momina, and there are tadpoles inside it. There are frogs
Cute.
inside
I
it.
love frogs. I
Yeah,
love
not
frogs.
when you're like swimming with them. And so, you know, like
fungus no, but froggies are cute.
and like it's 6 in the evening, and Hashim's like, "Ek kaam karte hain, you know, let's go inside this pool." And I'm looking at him and I'm like, "No, but you know what, Mushk, you're a new model. You can't really like retaliate right now."